Subscribe now.
Welcome to Austin Hawkins Life. I'm Austin W. Hawkins. Today I want to talk about Shawn Rhoden beating Phil Heath at the 2018 Mr. Olympia. Now, please excuse me, I am a little under the weather right now. My throat is gone, my sinuses are like, I'm not feeling this. I didn't want to record today, but let's talk about it quickly. Even my hair's a mess and I look bloated. Ugh. Alright, just for those of you who don't know, I used to compete in bodybuilding. I did 2 or 3 shows. I placed each time. It was fantastic. I worked as a personal trainer for 6 years. I had a pretty good online business. I know my stuff. I am confident enough to judge bodybuilding shows from the amateur to medium level. There's a big difference. But when I watch the Olympia too, I'm able to be like, okay, first, second, third, around that, judging all 20 would be a little bit harder, and now keeping that in mind, when you're judging a bodybuilding show, your personal opinion is not a factor. Oh, come on. When people cheer Phil or Kai, and they're all biased because Phil does this or Kai does that, okay, that's already your biased opinion. In bodybuilding, it's not about that. It's about the physique in front of you. And now every single year where people said Kai should have beat Phil, this or that, if you really look at the photos, no, we shouldn't. By judging perspective and the criteria they have to follow, Phil won every time. As well, even in photos or even seeing it live, unless you're at the judges table, the judges get the best viewing possible at every single show. It's their job, they're being paid to do it. And so they get to see things that you don't. And as well, they are more trained to see these things than you. And so keeping that in mind, Phil, to me, yeah, he deserved all 7 Olympias he won. There was a couple years where I thought Dennis Wolf should have beat out Kai Green. Dexter Jackson and Shawn Rhoden, their placing should have been a little mixed up each time, but every single year, basically, Phil won the years he should have won. Even on the years where he had a GH gut, which, by the way, I'm also going to touch on that. I competed in natural bodybuilding. I've had coaches that were all natural. We were a bunch of natties doing natty things because natties are just so freaking cool, aren't we? And when you truly do a carb load, talk to people who competed seriously, did it well with a good coach and everything, not some like stupid Insta ho. When you ever had that, you remember that big Thanksgiving dinner where you ate all the potatoes and stuffing and your gut was out to here? Yeah. When you do a true carb load, like a true, real, legitimate one from someone who's been doing your macros for 20 weeks, he knows your body, and then he just throws you like 1,000 grams in carbs each and every day for like 5 days straight, and you're not allowed to drink water, you are a bloated son of a... I dieted down to 170. I did my first real carb load, and after like a day, my gut was massive. I had horrible indigestion. I went to the bathroom like 4 times. It was brutal. And yeah, I had the biggest GH gut, but I'm 170 getting ready for a natty show and I'm scared of needles. And so yeah, GH gut, out of the quit. It's the carbs they're eating. Come on. When you are 250 pounds pure muscle and you need a carb load, yeah, you're eating 1,000 to 2,000 grams of carbs a day for at least a week. And you're trying to dry out, so you're not getting water. What aids in digestion the most? Water. And they're not getting that. So those carbs just kind of sit there for a really long time. Now, could Phil do better at sucking his gut? Probably. But if you've ever done a true pose, like when I do rear poses like this and you're trying to angle your back more, your gut, you just want to let it come out. It is so hard. It's like doing extreme sit-ups with a huge dumbbell on you and leaning back like that. So it's really hard. So when you're doing rear poses, you want to let that gut hang out a little bit. And when you truly pose, if you pose hard enough, most of you probably haven't. My first competition, I pulled every muscle on the left side of my body. I flexed that hard for 15 minutes straight. It hurt. I was posing next to a guy, dripping sweat. Dripping. I mean, they had to get 2 people to come out with towels and towel him off. He was sweating so much because he was posing so hard. I had to do 5 minutes of talking just to cover all the bullcrap arguments trolls make who've never really competed or don't understand what they're talking about. So let's get to the the big story, the thing that some people are getting a lot of views off of, all this, all that, the exciting news. Phil Heath, he won the Olympia 7 times in a row. He tied Arnold Schwarzenegger and was it Dorian? I do forget. I'm sorry, I haven't touched up on this. But basically, he's one short of tying Ronnie Coleman. And again, I'm sorry, I don't compete anymore. I don't follow these things. But yeah, Phil came up short, and that was the big news. He lost to Shawn Rhoden. Shawn Rhoden's come in second the last 2 years in a row, I do believe. And so for him to win, it was a huge upset. But looking at the photos, I didn't watch the Olympia this year. This was the second Olympia in a row I didn't really follow. Every other year for like 4 years prior, I watched every single bikini, physique, fitness, all that. Fitness is the best to watch, really, let's be honest here. And so I haven't watched the last 2 years. But when I saw Shawn Rhoden beat Phil, I'm like, go online. I'm like, I need to see what happens here. And I just have to look at my computer. Again, I'm not getting the same image that the judges got live in person, 10 feet away and all that. But just looking at my computer and remembering all the other previous years and what people look like, etc., etc. How I judge bodybuilding, especially me, because one of the first or second criteria is leanness. And to me, that is the most important one for most shows, is how lean you are. The moment I saw an image, it was fully loaded. I got my nice MacBook here, brand new. The picture is pretty damn good. Shawn Rhoden, the best way to determine who's leaner, check someone's abs and their quads. Whichever ones look more clear, more sharp, they are the winner. And so I automatically looked at that. I'm like, yeah, Shawn beat Phil. And I was shocked. I'm like, so they're seriously going to give Shawn the victory? Like, people say Phil's favored, and sometimes I believe it, but ultimately I'm like, alright, this kind of proves that the Olympia is not rigged, it's not favored, because they gave the better looking person the first place trophy. Shawn Rhoden, he earned it. I think Shawn's an awesome guy. I love his physique. It is phenomenal. Not the epitome of fitness. Has there been better physiques in the past? Oh yeah. But at the 2018 Mr. Olympia, Shawn Rhoden won it. He has a better physique than I will ever have, or you will ever have. So all the kudos to him. I hope he enjoys that $450,000 check. Spend it right. Enjoy yourself. He looks great too. I love Shawn Rhoden. He was always cool to follow. I got him on Instagram and all that good stuff. Speaking of Instagram, please follow me at either sweet_glutes or Austin_Hawkins with 2 S's, because I'm not original and all the names keep getting taken. Please like the video, comment your thoughts on the Olympia down below, and don't forget to subscribe. That would really make my day. And thank you all so much for putting up with me.